Hi everyone, we are live and I'm in the nature and I'm in a path that might also where people can walk, talk, run, bike, and probably also with dogs barking. So if you are hearing noise, all is okay, all is fine. It is a live event and you are also welcome to join my stream whenever you want. Just notice that this session will last 25 to 30 minutes, not more, because it's my break, it's my pause. I walked probably already 10 miles. So when you are hearing this, it might be woo, but be aware that I'm in Belgium, Europe. It's already noon my time, and I was like waking up early at 8, 9, and yeah, so thank you so much for also the replay team who will listen that. So why do I do this session? Not only to connect with my audience, but also to share some French nuggets and to bring some lights and some mental health. So this is merge. So fusion in French. Fusion. And also to give you some news. So right now we are hearing a dog barking, but it's okay. We are Saturday. It's noon 16 my time, and for the Braves that are already waking up in US, it's 6:16 EST and 3:16 PST. So I'm aware that my US audience might catch up the souls in replay, but it is fine. And thank you, kudos for you if you are brave and if you are tuning from live from US or South America. And of course, I can acknowledge that most of my audience, if they are catching me up live, will be in Europe, Africa, Asia, or New Zealand, Australia. So it is already 11:17 in UK, 12:17 in Belgium, and already midnight in New Zealand. Time flies, by the way. So wherever you are, whenever you are catching up, thank you so much. So the news this week, I'm really blessed. Another week lived on Earth, moving a little bit my needle, but at the same time, always thinking not enough. But it's okay. So the French vibes for today will be about nature, and I'm going to bring some elements about nature because I am nature. And I will also say that wherever you are in nature and you are part of nature. Sadly, at some places it's like concrete building skyscrapers and not so much parks. I wish, I hope, and you are blessed if you are living in a city which contains nature. Not all the cities it's the case. In Brussels, I've been blessed because right now I'm in a path that is circling Brussels, and that's 60 kilometers. I know that in Frankfurt, no, in Köln, sorry, in Köln, Germany, there is this kind of path that is 180 kilometers. I was not doing all, but I remember 6 or 7 years ago or more, I was doing probably 85 kilometers of that, like near the half. And I thrive in nature. During the pandemic, I was really blessed to be in nature. So I'm going to give you some nuggets about words in nature. So first, I would say arbre, ARBRE, which is tree in English. And I'm not already, I'm always off camera, but I am going to give you some nuggets about the nature that I'm in. I'm in that path. It's an amazing path there, and you see there's a lot of nature. I'm not in the deep forest right now, but I am in the nature. I'm going to turn off my camera right now. And it's really great because I don't know. Well, strangely enough, now my avatar is a bit like squeeze, but it's okay. I think I'm going to turn on my camera anyway. So this is placing me in comfort zone because I am not in the perfect angle. I am moving extra, but um, so that I thank also Sherilyn for forcing me to always stay on camera and to bring some magic vibes. So arbre is the first word in French. ARBRE. And then trees contains leaves. And in French it's feuille. FEUILLE. And you add an S if it's in plural. So feuille. So normally EUI it's I. And EIL, so EUIL, I, feuille, like deuil, seuil, cueil. And there is also I, which is the eye. I'm watching you with my eyes, I. And in French it's œil, but it's written different. It's OEIL. And so for the trees, there are arbre, feuille. And trees are producing flowers to or fruits or any element that ensure them to spread. And in French, flower is fleur. FLEEUR and S in plural. So I can talk about many aspects of the tree, like the trunk, which is tronc, TRONC, and of course many trunks. So you add an S at the end. And on top of the trees, as you might hear, hopefully, when you don't hear the other sounds around, you are hearing birds singing, and you are hearing birds singing. Vous entendez les oiseaux chanter. In fact, les oiseaux, it's another trick, as I tell most of the time on my video. When you have two words and the second one is a vocal or an H, you make the link. I will pardon you, I will excuse you if you say les oiseaux. But for the fluidity of the pronunciation, you pronounce it like z, les oiseaux, les oiseaux, because it's LES, oiseau, masculine, un oiseau, les oiseaux, des oiseaux. Les oiseaux, it's like the birds precise, and des oiseaux, it's indefinite. Un, des, le, les. So I give you so much nuggets already, and I think I'm going to end these French nuggets in few minutes. But I'm really passionate about nature. Nature in French, nature, and it's really a blessing. It's really a blessing to be in nature, although I'm not the only one, as you are hearing. But this path is belonging to each person and to nature also. So now I'm going to close my camera because I want to focus. Even though my avatar is a bit like weird, it's okay because I am focusing right now with my message, with my content. So I acknowledge that, as always, most of the time my sessions are planned like, ooh, let's do it in 15 minutes, in 20 minutes, and it's okay. And that's why I am blessed to have the replay team aside me. And so arbre, feuille, les oiseaux, et oiseaux, OISEAU. And some words are with the plural are finishing by S, and some others are finishing by X. Really rarely, but some are finishing by X. And even some words are having other forms. And you might say, oh, French is tricky, French is difficult. English also with the pronunciation. So every language is tricky, every language is difficult. And I truly believe that that's what makes it the beauty. So, for instance, there are words that are having other forms, like oiseau contain an X at the end instead of an S. There are also words that are containing another form in plural. And as I told, it happens also in English, like knife. And I was noticing that you don't pronounce the K. So French is not the only one which is tricky in terms of pronunciation, because if I have to pronounce it as a French word, it will be knife, knife, but in English it's knife, as if the K was not existing. Like no. How do you know no that no is not no? That is not NOW but KNOW. So knife, it's KNIFE. And usually, if I was not knowing that, I would say knives with FES. But no, knives is KNIVES. And I'm going to make a pause because I encounter very soon lots of sound out there. So I'm going to make a pause of few seconds right now. So thank you so much for your understanding. It was a group of persons, and I'm aware about the sound, and I'm back. So knives, and yeah. So it's the same with some word in French, cheval, which is horse, that you might encounter in deep forest in nature. Horse, cheval, C-H-E-V-E, CHEVAL, that's in the singular, and chevaux in the plural, CHEVAUX, cheval, chevaux, VAUX. So that's really interesting because there are also words in French that are only present in the plural. You only see these words in the plural. I'm not going to the details, but that's just to know. So if you are live, feel free to comment. If you have a question, this is your time. We are already on the 14th minute. I might still be live for 10, 12 minutes maximum, and then I'm going to be home. So this was French nuggets. I'm going to have a last bonus minutes for the French nuggets. There are also um, what is the branch, like BRANCH? I don't know. I don't know. So these are the parts of the tree. The tree is growing, and the tree contains branches. And in French, branche. So BRANCHES. And I noticed that I am not putting it on the captions, but as always, I am not preparing my session and I am live, so I am considering to not lose focus on writing each time the words on text. But I will ultimately give other nuggets in the comments on LinkedIn and YouTube so that you can see also the rest of the vocabulary, because it might be also words that I don't mention that are related to nature or tree. And of course, there is so much to cover about nature, because even if I have to just quote them in French, so arbre, feuille, branche, tronc, there is also pétale for the flowers. There are also insects, by the way, abeille, guêpe, oiseau, and of course lots of types. Bees, guêpe. What is guêpe in English? I'm not sure. Like bourdon also. So it's really interesting. I'm now going to make a pause for a few seconds right now. So I am back, and still, let's say 1 minute of French nuggets more. It's your bonus. And after I'm going to rant, you are of course you are the captain of your ship. I'm really already happy that you take your time to listen to this on the replay or on live. It's a blessing. And then I'm going to talk a bit more about myself, what I'm doing, what are my projects, and what I'm grateful for. So, about the vocabulary: arbre, branche, feuille, oiseau, guêpe, insect. It's insect. It's the types of animals that are flying. Birds, multiple names of the birds, by the way, like the crow, the pigeon, the hummingbird, and so it's the same with French. Corbeau, pigeon, mésange, corneille, and then the classic also, especially near the pond, there is ducks, goose, and swans, like Sheridan has some swans. So there are multiple words in French, like goose in French is oie. It's really simple. Oie, oie. Like as if you pronounce W-A, oie. So, but it's written O-I-E. And so O-I-E is oie. Like noir, doigt, noir, O-I is oie. So it's O-I-E and D silent. So oie. Then there is canard, duck. And canard, C-A-N-A-R-D. There are also other other animals in the pond. So pond étang, which is A with the accent, T-A-N-G. So last nuggets, and I'm going to end at 20 minutes. I'm going to give full on bonus to bonus. And this time it will be about the sounds, by the way, and the vocals. So, as in English, there are 26 letters. And it's easy to get to the alphabet pronunciation. That's not the topic, but the main challenges that I see with English speaking people towards French are some letters like R, which is not but R, like canard, canard, and then the S silent that is not pronouncing unless it's from another language, like motus. Um, and yeah, the H is silent. So hospital, hospital. If you don't know the word, you don't know it's beginning by H. Like all the words that I'm going to quote to voice right now are beginning by H. hôpital, hôte, hôtel, um, hélicoptère, etc. And the H is not pronounced in French. Another letter that is not easy for English speaking people are the U letter, because uh, there are examples like vous and vu, do and du, mu and mu, nous and nu. And so, for instance, vous is you, and more than that, but more to say about that. But vous, V-O-U-S, vous, and then VU is vu, which is seen. And a good mnemotechnique to make the difference distinction between the two sounds are je vous ai vu, je vous ai vu. And so there is the ou and there is the u. Je vous ai vu. And so that's the letter that is not easy. And also for me, by the way, is in English the two letters J and G. So in English you are pronouncing like J, J, J. So J and G. And so J, you know, that's like and I'm going to give you the example why it's not easy for you and for me, by the way, because I'm going to voice the letters from A to G. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. And I was saying until G, but in fact it was until J, because A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. So G, H, I, J, G, H, I, J. G, H, I, J, G, H, I, J. So G is G and J is J. That's tricky, I know. And that's why sometimes I say G, no, J, because I am always confusing between those two. I have constantly to remember that. So 26 letters, A to Z, and as far as I know, in English that or in old English that might be have accent, but in the English nowadays there are no accent. There is only 26 letters. But in French there are 26 letters. There are also letters with accent on top of the vocals. A, E, I, O, U, and sometimes Y, but Y is a bit special. I think I can avoid Y, by the way, because it's really, you might encounter a special action on top of the Y, but it's really rare in some, or only because it's a noun, proper noun in France, and it's to make the letter not pronounced with the others, with the trema, by the way. But A, E, I, O, U, A, E, I, O, U. And there are some accents like the accent aigu, which is A, grave, which is E, on top of the E. And also the trema, which are the two dots, and the circumflex accent or caret, which is like the little at. And on top of that, I might also add the CCD because it's really important. CCD is the sound pronouncing like S. Like I was making my pun, café du bien, like café, C-A-F-A, D-U-B-I-E-N, café du bien in 3 words. But in fact, it's the pun for ça fait du bien, which is C-A-F-A-I-T D-U-B-I-E-N. But ça fait du bien is with the CCD, and that's why the CCD is there. It's really to say, okay, it's not K fait du bien, it's ça fait du bien. And it's on aside the vocals that are A, O, and U. Like le son, Lecon, you make the CCD, please, because L you will pronounce le con, and I wouldn't advise to say that in front of any person, by the way. So le son to pronounce with an S. Same with déçu. Je suis déçu. I am disappointed. DECU, and you add the CCD to say déçu with the C, because if you don't add the CCD, it's DQ. So these are lots of nuggets. I am just wondering if there are any comments. I don't see. So I apologize if you were commenting and I don't see your comments. Feel free also to comment or ask any question or reshare if you are watching the replay, and also to support me. I am really blessed to be in nature and to show that, but feel free to support me, to scan the QR code, or to go to coffee.com/olydyrix to buy me a coffee and to help me to continue my amazing, crazy adventures. Sorry, I'm not photogenic because I am with my tablet, by the way. And so, this is me, Oli. And during the next 5 minutes or so, I'm going to present myself. So, my name is Oli. I live in Brussels, Belgium. I am blessed to be alive, grateful. This week was amazing. And what brings me joy is to be in nature, to speak to amazing people and discover cultures, speak in different languages. I know 5 languages fluently, and no, let's say four, and my fifth will be Spanish. And this year, and I love to speak few words in 40 plus languages. And so, language is my passion. I am native French. I can also speak English, Italian, and Dutch. And the reason that I say Dutch in the end is because this is my least favorite language. Maar ik kan Nederlands spreken, ma mi piace tanto meglio di parlare italiano comparativo al fiammingo. So I am passionate about languages, and I'm really blessed to serve you, to guide you to language efficiency. I was discovering here 3 years ago Rachel Paling and the neuro language approach, and I'm blessed to give you a nugget about that in the future video, because right now we are already on the 27th minute. I'm going to be continuing my path. I wish you an amazing day. I wish that you are enjoying the sun wherever you are, and that you are also enjoying nature. And silence is really important also in terms of reflection. I'm going to reflect more on my life, on my mission, and next adventures. In a bit less than 2 hours, let's say 1 hour and 20 minutes, I'm holding my Expo Jama session. Why am I really crazy to do that? It's because I was attending the Go Brunch World Building Expo in December in Mars, and I wanted to make this expo fire between each 3 months. That's why I'm holding the space for brunchers and for also curious people that would like to discover Go Brunch and the possibility of this amazing world. Go Brunch is 3 to 8 times better than Zoom because it is really visual and it gives a sense of safe space also. So Go Brunch, Expo Jama. I'm going also to attend a bit later this Saturday the matinee with Henry Cameron. This time it will be a movie of 4 hours with a bit like interruption. Wow. Um, Sunday I am screening also a movie. It will be Origine, which is an anime in the dystopian future where was a catastrophe and then there are people 100 years later that are surviving in a kind of a forest that is ruling the world. So Origine, uh, aired out in 2006. And so I'm going to stream that on my Go Brunch Cafe Livia room on Sunday at 2 p.m. EST, 8 p.m. CET. Aside that, next week I am going for my adventures of French. I'm doing my episode NaPodPoMo on the occasion of the NaPodPoMo of April, National Podcast Post Month, from I think it's Jennifer Navarrete. But I'm going to do that until my 21st June birthday. So it's not only 30 days I'm going to do that challenge, but also 80 days. And I'm refrenching your brain with languages. There is never too late to learn a language. It's just chocolate. So with that, I'm going to give you good vibes from nature. Enjoy the sun, and thank you so much for watching me, and also for the replay team. You are also welcome to be one of my guests in my podcast, so that you can also bring your spotlight. I was blessed enough to welcome Sherilyn yesterday for my impromptu podcast session. The day before, I was welcoming also Les Ryan Johnson, one of my fellow neural language coach colleague that I will pleasantly see in 5 weeks in Sitges, near Barcelona in Spain, for my neural language conference annual. That's the third year I'm going there. And the day before, I was also welcoming Henry Cameron. So you are welcome to be a guest in my podcast. Book a call. I will drop my calendar here. So I wish you an amazing day. Thank you so much for watching me, listening to me, and wish you an amazing weekend. Keep shining, and remember to celebrate and to seek joy every and each minute. Don't wait that you reach the quote unquote successful goals that you plan to achieve. Enjoy it. Dance while you are making it, and tap into the nature. The nature is a great teacher. The nature forces us to be patient, because although we are in a world that is really fast and instantaneously, nature dictates its own agenda. And whatever humanity is trying to control and to fast the cycles of nature, it's destruction. So, my friends, if we are not respecting nature, I'm really sad to envision that one day we will finish like in the origin movie, because you might not see the synopsis, but origin is a future where human came too far about nature. And in the movie, you see at some point a scene where the moon is was exploding, and it reminds myself also about Time Machine, where at some point in 2025 in the movie was the intention to bring base in the moon, and then with a kind of an explosion to prepare that, and boom bada boom, the moon was exploding and earth was entering into a cataclysmic period for hundreds of thousands of years. So for me, my friends, we have to keep our humanity, listening to critical thinkers, protecting them, protecting the whistleblower people, and ensuring that we are respecting and listening to nature. When we are letting go of our ego, and we are listening to nature, we are going back to our humanity. We are going back to what we are. We are nature. Nature is around us, and we are nature. The main question is, will this world will survive? No, the world will survive. Was lots of cataclysmic periods in the past. The real question is, will we still have a place in this world? Because else we are going to end like interstellar, and I don't want that. With that, my friends, I'm going to close the session and see you for my Expo Jama in 17 70 minutes, 1 hour and 10 minutes. And also, I'm probably also going to make a café de bien a bit later this Saturday, maybe. So that's it. Enjoy your day. Keep shining.